baseball right off the bat. I mean,
Okay.
it's been you know what? They're the playoffs. They should get the first dibs here tonight.
Okay, we'll give it to
So
them.
yeah, I mean we've got some baseball action going on, but yeah, I mean the series has been really good on there. We'll talk about basically we'll figure out the awards and everything with it. I don't want to hear any more about Otani getting the MVP, dude. He's a great player. He probably would win most outstanding player in baseball, but this is the MVP. If he's not there, you're still You're finishing fourth, not third, and you're probably 40 games behind Houston versus 33. I mean, it's
Right,
on that.
right.
Yeah, the playoffs so far have been really good to watch on there. There have been some great stories in it. I like the fact that Seattle, being the first team, being 19 years since they made the playoffs, actually make the playoffs, win their first round on there. That was great. Freaking, how the hell's Cleveland still doing it? It's like with smoke and mirrors. They win their first series against the Rays. And again, Braves, Braves was a great series. Braves got the bye, but Phillies winning their first series on there. And then, I mean, the Mets in San Diego. I mean, love it.
I don't know. To me, the whole Phillies Braves situation here, I don't see that coming.
No, I didn't know if
I
wasn't sure if the Phillies were going to
I
get
didn't know
past the first round.
I didn't know if Phillies are for real. Are they for real? I mean, they slugged it out.
I think so.
With
You
the
know what?
Braves
I think
and won that game 6-7 last night, right?
Yes. I think, they won 6. The Phillies is you look when they fired Joe Girardi on there. That team really started playing some good ball in that. Same thing too. Look since
like addition
June
by
1st.
Subtraction.
Yeah, you look at June 1st and the Braves were playing the best baseball of anybody in Major League Baseball.
That's what I'm saying. Like the Braves are supposed to be making a run here, and so I just didn't see that coming. So for me, and Philly wasn't playing. They came out with 2 runs right in the first, so they just came out a swinging, which that's
right.
Baseball now. But yeah, I mean. They a late rally from Atlanta, but too little, too late.
I mean, yeah. You look on there.
I don't know. We'll see how that series plays.
We'll definitely look at that. How that one's going there. Cardinals. I mean, yeah. I mean, you looked on there. They got to the playoffs, but really, Philly was the better team.
Yeah,
really.
yeah. I wasn't surprised so much that Philly got past the Cardinals. Okay, the Pujols thing's great and all that fun stuff, but that's not overwhelmingly surprising. But if I came on the air and told you I didn't think the Braves would pretty much steamroll through that was probably I know I said there'd be some good series and there will be, and you'll see some good games in these playoffs, but and we're going to get into it. It's going to be nice here soon. But we already have like I said, Phillies Braves is already a series unless all of a sudden they turn it around and just steamroll them.
Yeah, I don't see that. I see that going, the distance on that.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be.
But to me, the Astros are the team to beat.
Yes.
And are we over the Astros hate now? Are people over it?
I'm over it, but there are those out there that are going to still be over it. And again, if the Astros do win and Dusty Baker finally gets it on there, because I always joke about Dusty Baker being the destroyer of pitching staffs.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, this year he's got Verlander, so that's like holy crap. But on there, I think it's going to be it could be an Astros Dodgers World Series.
Right.
Could be Yankees Dodgers. I mean, if it's Yankee Dodgers, it's going to be insufferable.
Yeah.
I think the Dodgers are the best team in baseball.
Yeah.
They're the most complete team on there. They're just so loaded from top to bottom.
Well, if it's the Yankees Dodgers, that's gonna be on every single television on the planet. Like that's.
But again,
MLB wants that.
I mean, we always talk.
Big
We always talk about again the Yankees on. Well, the Yankees, with that. But they won last night. But again, even if they get past this round and the Astros get back, remember Yankees got to run into their personal nemesis with Justin Verlander.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm a firm
believer.
believer.
Verlander looks at the Yankee like, "You're my bitch."
Yeah.
And he's done that. I mean, since 2006, he's taken that team and made him his personal bitch in the playoffs.
Yes, he's very Aaron Rodgers-esque, I guess, with that, eh? But yeah, no, I agree. I think Houston's going to be, a tough get for anybody.
Yes.
So, I mean, that starting pitching is off the hook.
Yeah.
And then when you're in a playoff situation too, and this is one thing that frustrated me about some of these Detroit teams that had a lot of good pitching. Like you can get creative in the playoffs and move guys in different roles and do different things. And I think there was some opportunities possibly missed.
You see guys moving around in different positions. I mean, we've seen here. I mean, for us, the Tigers ended back in '68. They moved Mickey Stanley from center field to shortstop. They win the World Series. '84, the Tigers win on there, and they're moving guys around. And it ends up being Marty Castillo starting third baseman. With it, but it's been
well. I mean, even from your pitching, right?
Yeah.
You can put a starter in a bullpen.
Well, yeah. I mean, we've seen
and work on short rest, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, we saw that. I mean, really, in 2001 was the biggest thing when you had Randy Johnson win Game 6, comes in. Chile starts Game 7. Randy comes in the close as the closer role and wins Game 7 in extra innings against the Yankees. I mean, you see that. You see guys play. Hey, it's on there. Guess what?
That.
You're playing. You're pitching on short notice.
Right.
Guess what? We need you to come into the bullpen.
Yeah.
I know you pitch under, but this is Game 7, man. You better get your ass up there and start warming up because I need you to come out of the bullpen and win this damn series for us.
All right.
And that's what I mean. The only thing better than Game 7 of the World Series is Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Finals.
Yeah.
Because you went through the gauntlet. You went through four series on there. You could be going into your 28th game. If you every series went 7 games, and it's your 28th game on there, in a month and a half, you're gassed. But it's it.
Right.
Win it, and you're immortal. Lose it, and you're just a footnote. Damn it.
That's true.
But that's what you see about that. And I think this series is. I think this playoffs are going to be great in that with it. And I like the fact that it was like you were getting 4 games in a day, like Friday. You got from noon to midnight baseball playoffs. Right. It's great.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
The only thing better than that is like opening weekend of the NCAA tournament because you're going from noon to noon to midnight.
Sure.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
Opening weekend. With that. But yeah, we got some we'll see some coaching change. I know Tigers have fired their head scout of 15 years.
Oh,
wow. Well, again. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What have you done? You haven't drafted a position player since God knows when.
All right.
That's panned out. With there. So yeah, I don't see any problem with that on there. But yeah, I mean, we'll look into there. I know Miggy's coming back for the Tigers for his last year, so we'll get the whole. Maybe he'll have a season like Pujols did last year. He's not going to hit 600 home runs. He'd have to hit like 90, and that's not going to happen in a single season.
Right.
So. And we got hockey going on right here today, right now. So.
Yeah, a little. It's the only thing I get the damn thing to come in, but at least we got something going on. Boston Bruins, and I don't even know who's out there. Oh yeah, the Washington Capitals. Okay.
Yeah, remember, don't bet on the Capitals because they'll break your heart every
time.
We rat bastards.
They do that. Too funny. Not to be a jerk, but
we got that on there. What was it? Oh, yeah. Jackson State on there versus Alabama State on there. Deion went to go handshake the head coach of Alabama State, which was Eddie Robinson the second. And he gave him like the snubble. He was all pissed off at Deion because they're up by 14 points. And he's got his second string quarterback in there, and he's throwing the ball. Dude, you're only up by 14. It is his second string quarterback.
Right.
One bad play, they're down by 7. Onside, they get the ball back. Boom, you're they can still win on it. So what the hell you been out of shape? It's not like you're up 49-10 and you're faking a punt. Ohio State Rutgers, because Ryan Day is a total douche canoe.
He is a douche canoe.
So we got that on there. That was fun to watch. I mean, the baseball on there. And in the NFL, there was some craziness still going on there. Pittsburgh is terrible.
Yeah. They're so bad.
They are terrible.
We
said, I was like, dude, I don't know if I'm going to be throwing Pickett to the Wolves here in week 1 there against Buffalo. And then Josh Allen just was at 4 touchdowns, like 450 yards passing. Gabriel Davis had a couple touchdowns with 171 yards on there. One of them was a 98-yarder. The other one was like a 60-yarder.
Yeah, the 98-yarders, yeah. Insane in the membrane. 98 yards.
With that, Browns Chargers on there. That was on there. Again, I don't know what's going on with the Chargers on there. I know Eckler had a great game on there, and then Herbert didn't have that bad of a game. But it's just something about San Diego's just not. I expected them to be a lot better than what they are right now. Yeah, I know they're 3-2, but
this is the MO for San Diego.
It is. It's always the MO. It seems to be.
Yeah, they. I mean, I don't know what else to say. The underachievers. I swear, we just had this conversation 2-3 weeks ago with them. That like they always look good on paper, and then just break your heart out there. Like,
yeah, I know.
They don't. They're the Washington Capitals of the.
Yes. So we had that. Basically, we had the Texans versus the Jaguars on that one. That was one I thought Jaguars would win that one, and that didn't work on that. So it's with there, but that wasn't on there. Bears, Viking jump up 21-0 lead, and then they basically had to come back to win the damn thing. Because Kirk Cousins at one point in the first half was 17 for 17 passing.
Jeez.
And then Kirk Cousins became Kirk Cousins in the second half.
Yeah.
So they ended up pulling that one out on there late in that game. So they ended up winning 29-22. Lions, Patriots.
Got shut the F out by the Pats.
God.
That is so Lions. Hey, dude, I told you this is who they were.
Yeah.
I don't know why we picked them. Every time I pick them, they get shut out.
Oh, my God. I mean, yeah.
I'm done picking them for anything. Remember we did that one year? I said, guess what? I'm going to pick against them every single game, no matter what. I don't care if they're favored. I don't care if they should win or not. The worst I'm going to be is wrong, 3-4 times?
On that one. I mean, yeah, the defense is terrible. They had like 5 defensive backs go out in that game for injury wise on there.
Did it?
It was just
what? Come on, man. We had the conversation about the turf. Is that what it is? What's going on? Nobody. Well, we know what's going on in Miami. They can't protect anybody. Like, it doesn't matter what quarterback you put back there. They better be like Gumby or made out of like a juggernaut or something, because you can't. In Miami, these quarterbacks are getting crushed. But there's been like a lot of people, a lot of kind of, I don't know how to explain the injury situation. I know we have it all the time. We kind of talk about it every year. It's inevitable, but it feels like there's avoidable ones kind of coming around here. Obviously, the concussion thing, but I think I've seen some turf injuries and stuff like that because of certain field setups and other games.
This one was one of those ones guys got banged up, and it wasn't on there. But yeah, I mean, the problem is like we can't stop the run.
Right.
Still, I mean, Damian Harris gets hurt, so you got Ramondre Stevenson, which people as a step back. I don't know about this year. I think Stevenson might be the better running back right now for them, but he goes off for 161 yards. Jacoby Myers, they couldn't stop. I mean, he had 111 yards. I mean, it's like, oh my God,
insane.
I mean, what we lack is we lack presence in especially the defensive tackles because they don't shore up the hole in the middle. And our linebacker. I know they're playing usually they're playing a nickel because everybody's going 3 receiver sets and so forth. But Anzalone can't cover anybody.
No. Nope.
On there.
Nope. Your team's got so many defensive issues. It's kind of ridiculous. And all the Lions' offensive issues are just smoke and mirrors at this point.
Right.
So and look, the bite in the kneecaps and all that, that shit's going to wear off. And we talked about it before the season started. And then after the first game.
0 for 6 on 4th down. Dude, get a damn kicker. You had a kicker at the end of last year.
There's only one kicker in the league, baby, and he lives in Baltimore.
Jason.
Tucker is the only kicker in the effing league. He doesn't know where do you want me to kick it from? Concessions? I'll do it.
Yeah.
He don't care.
I mean, we had the kid last year they had when Cybo got hurt and they picked up that Riley Patterson, and he was kicking 50-yarders. He was playing pretty good. And no, we're going to go with Cybo. Why? And then you cut him. You had your kicker.
All right.
Riley Patterson was making 50-yarders.
Right.
We saw that at the end of last year.
Yeah.
He made 3 or 4 50-yarders the last 4 games of the season.
These cats need to stop underestimating the necessity to have
sometimes
the
it's just
power of a good kicker. I mean,
sometimes it's just don't try to be the smartest man in the room. When it's sitting there in front of you, just take that.
Yeah.
And that's the problem on there. But yeah, I mean, they were terrible. Goff had a terrible game. I don't know what the hell. I mean, New England had a game plan, and we couldn't do anything against it.
Well, that's
Offense
coaching.
and defense.
That's coaching because you can't go all game and get shut out.
No,
come on, man.
You got to make adjustments.
You get cleanup points if nothing else. And if you're a good coach, you should be making adjustments.
You need to stop.
But New England's not even a good team.
No,
Let's
they're
be
terrible.
real. Let's be real. So all that stuff about we did this and no, because it was everybody was drinking the Kool-Aid going in because of Hard Knocks. Let's be real.
Oh God, we were on.
Not this motherfucker. You know me. F that. I ain't even hearing that. I said, you guys like it? Cool. I ain't even watching it because I said that dog and pony monkey show crap isn't going to last. I'm going to go to the tape. I said it before the season started. All that raw whatever coaching crap that's all a bunch of crap. And it's going to wear off. And everybody was rah, rah, rah. And in the first game, look at the offense. Look at all the points. We're this close to beating a really good Philly team. Is Philly really that good? We'll find out.
We'll find out this week because they're playing Dallas.
I know. Well, we'll find out about all that.
We know Washington's terrible.
Yeah. And you should have beat
Minnesota,
but you didn't in Lions fashion,
yep.
In typical Lions fashion. And the only thing you had after 3 games or 4 games was 1 victory and being able to tote the highest scoring offense. We got the best offense in the league. No, you don't. You got the highest scoring right now. You don't. I told you don't. I told you your quarterback's going to make you mad because he's going to miss open looks. And he's going to overthrow guys for no reason. I told you he's not good. And guess what happened?
He got exposed. And that's unfortunate. Actually, maybe not be unfortunate because the way the Rams are playing too is.
The Rams are getting run over because
their offensive line can't stop anybody.
I don't know where it's worse. They're Miami. I mean, either way.
But you would say is.
Miami, their quarterbacks are just on a hit list.
Yeah, and in Stafford, we knew he had the elbow thing, and I'm going, he had that elbow surgery. I'm not buying it.
Well, no, and then they can't protect him for shit.
And then they signed Allen Robinson, who's terrible. God, he's a corpse out there. Trust me, they're going to be signing OBJ here any day now and getting him back out.
Well, they need to because everybody's bitching about Stafford, but you got an injured Stafford and a Cooper Kupp and nothing else.
Yes.
Literally nothing else.
They have nothing else right now in offense.
Yeah, on that side of the ball. Thank you. Yeah,
Cam Akers is terrible.
All right, they just I don't. Tis what it is.
Bengals Ravens is exactly what we said it was. It was basically 2 teams hate each other, and of course. Tuck just goes, where do you want me to kick it from?
I kick it from 84 yards. I don't care. He's a madman.
So we had that. Dolphins take care of get their ass handed to them by the Jets because
They don't.
they can't have a quarterback that stays healthy.
They can't keep anybody upright.
Titans.
What are they on their 64th quarterback this year? It's game 5.
Titans beat the Commanders on there, and then Ron Rivera easily throws his quarterback under the bus.
Oh, I love that. You picked him, you dipshit.
Yeah,
y'all picked him.
Yeah,
we told you it was a head case. Y'all don't listen to the show. You need to download that shit, baby.
He's feeling the heat because he's on the hot seat. They're gonna can him.
Come on, man. How is he on the hot seat? In the end, was he's the one that went to bat to get Carson Wentz? And who was available at the time they made this? I'm trying to think of who was available. Was anybody available? Or did they just kind of take Carson Wentz because, there was nobody in the draft?
Well, there was nobody. I mean, yeah, they were drafting too far down to get anybody on there in the draft. And there wasn't a quarterback I'd take in the first round this year.
Right.
So you had Carson Wentz, or you could have made a trade and took the corpse of Matt Ryan, who's terrible.
Oh, that's another quarterback that's struggling. We could go. We got offensive lines and
Baker Mayfield.
All right.
Who's terrible.
Yeah.
Maybe you could have made a trade and got Sam Darnold, who's terrible.
Well, you know what's funny? Because you have offensive lines that are terrible and quarterbacks that are terrible, and they're not all together.
Geno Smith is like the number one quarterback with passing accuracy in the league.
Well, that's not going to last too long.
Because he is Geno Smith.
He is Geno Smith. I mean, everybody was super stoked about...
he's all good and dandy till one of his teammates punches him in the mouth because he's a cheap bastard.
Because he's a fucking...
I pay for you to show up to my camp there, and you don't show up. Good, you can pay me the damn money back on there that I pay for your damn your plane fare, you mother. What? You're not paying it? Pop.
Well, some of these, quarterback. Well, it's like what's his name? Over there in the interception king, Jameis Winston. You're gonna eventually come to level. Everybody was hype on him early. Every time he comes out, the first, the preseason, the first few games, he looks all good, and then all of a sudden he's back to the pickmaster. So no worries.
Yeah,
everybody finds their level at some point. So, but you've got...
well, Jameis is hurt right now. You had the Red Rider beat because the only reason they won that game on there against Seattle was because the guy that could do everything but nothing very well was Taysom Hill. Ended up with 100 and something.
Well, they'll just make him do everything.
I mean, he ran the ball. What was that? He had 3 touchdowns rushing.
Yeah.
I mean... Yeah, 3 touchdowns running, and meanwhile he ran only 9 times for 112 yards. Kamara ran for 103. I mean, they have a great running attack there.
Obviously.
Now, Taysom Hill is a great gadget player. If you want to do these
that's
little,
what it
put
is.
him in there when you little things.
It's exactly what he is.
Because he's a big enough guy on there, and he can run pretty decent on there.
Sure.
But he's big enough; he can bowl people over because he is really a tight end.
Yeah, essentially, yeah, he's an athletic tight end.
Yes.
Well, rough, sort of, but yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Eagles beat the Cardinals on there. Cardinals are terrible. Does Kingsbury get fired next? Maybe.
Possibly.
On there. Rams got their ass handed to them by the Cowboys. Cowboys defense played really good. They've been playing actually pretty decent. You know what?
Yeah, actually, you're right. Yeah.
Because they're playing, I mean, they're running, the offensive line looks good.
Uh-huh.
And they're running the ball well. And it's by committee on there because you're seeing Pollard and Elliott. And that defense is really good.
Well, we knew they drafted well. I mean, they got these guys.
Because they didn't let Jerry touch the draft. Just,
right.
Jerry, what are we drafting? Where are we drafted? 3 rounds, like an hour and a half. Just go back in your super.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, we're taking Micah Parsons.
Yeah, they take Parsons. Yeah, well, that was a great pickup for them, and he, I think you'd have to say he kind of exceeded expectations in the fact that they weren't sure that how it would pan out, right? Because didn't
Because he took the year off as a COVID on there, and he
Right.
had some. They had some
Didn't they have some
character
issues?
issues,
Yeah.
about a hazing incident. But his play on the field, there was no doubt about that, and he was realistically a top 5 player.
Right.
It just because sitting out the year, he got penalized for sitting it out, and the issues.
Yeah, between that and
with
the
that.
hazing shit. Yeah, I couldn't remember which one it was. I knew there was some, off the field stuff. But so yeah, I mean, I just, and this is why the Cowboys fans get all puffed up, and you guys will be able to come at me here in the second half when I open up the text lines here in a short bit here. But they never get the whole thing together, right? Remember, they had a great offensive line, so they could run the ball. They had they could protect Dak, the whole nine.
Yeah.
Now the offensive line is falling apart, and they've got the defense together, and Dak's getting hurt, and Zeke doesn't run like he can. Now they've been getting by and doing stuff with the new Ginger
Rush, yeah.
the new Ginger Cooper Rush, but how much do you trust McCarthy and this kind of porous offensive line, and do they hurry Dak back? I mean, I don't feel like
he's not coming back this week. They've already said he's ruled
good.
out.
Well, I know that
Because I would not play him again the first game back against Philly. Oh, hell no.
Oh no.
Oh, Philly's got to. I mean, they come after him.
Right. Well, it's one of those things that, like, it don't matter. Once he gets back in there, someone's going to test him.
Yeah.
It's just, when do you want to bring him back? And are they going to rush him? So I don't feel like they're going to. But so that they've been doing well with the fact that they lost their starter. Now I'm kind of curious how it's all going to play out going forward. Are they going to get Dak in and get that much better? Or are they going to get Dak in and just be different?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I
are they going to be better or not? I don't know. Gosh, if Dak comes back and doesn't play well,
they sent him to that big contract too.
That's a huge problem. So I think not only is there's no other way to play it than to make sure for 100%
that he is perfect. He is at perfect health on him before. Because this week I would not bring him back on.
Because if he's not 100% healthy, then don't bring him back. Because if he comes back and doesn't play well, boy, you've got some trouble on your hands.
Yeah.
Because Cooper Rush, hey, I was goofing on him getting his first start, and I was goofing on the Cowboys fans and their chances, and I stand corrected at this point. But we'll see if he's the next good quarterback that could be out there in free agency in a couple of years or whatever, the next big decision that needs to be made, or if he just turns out to be what's his name from New England that was like one and done, Castle.
Yeah, part of the system in that.
All right.
We had that on there. Tampa Bay ends up beating Atlanta on there, and they had Atlanta had which could be the worst pass interference call ever.
Oh,
not pass interference, roughing the passer call.
Oh my gosh.
He has the ball. He's taking him to the ground, not slamming him, taking him normally.
Right.
Oh, roughing the passer.
He put his hand down and his knees were down. He was almost like in a 3-legged doggy position because he had the other arm had the ball tucked because he had it pulled away already when they made impact with the ground.
Right.
So, like, there's not much more. Dude, look, I know you're trying to protect the quarterback, but you can't penalize a guy because he's unable to defy physics.
Yes.
It's as simple as that to me. Like, let's use a little common sense when you're throwing this flag. And why? Why? If we've got a guy, we've got cameras everywhere, we've got spies watching for concussions now, and this. Why can't one guy go, wait a minute? Wait a minute. I saw that replay. There's nothing this guy could do. This is not. No. Why is there not an official? I mean, they can just say, nope. We're not even doing the appeal process. We don't need a red flag challenge even thrown. We can fix it right now. Because those replays come back so quick.
Yeah.
And so you're telling me you can't put an official in the booth that just does that, and he can't just say, "Hey guys, huddle up." We see him do it all the time with it.
Right.
Officials huddle up. Tell him huddle up, get in his ear, and then all y'all talk it out. Right? Because they got earpieces in. They're communicating with others anyway.
Yeah. I mean, you should
So
have.
why? I don't understand why this is so hard. I mean, I've been in the trailer. I've been in the rig for ESPN's Monday Night Football. I mean, I know what it looks like. So they all this stuff is easy, is kindergarten shit. So I don't. It kind of blows me away. I don't know. I'm not the smartest guy in the room, so that's the problem. Like, that's where you have an issue. If I am, we're in big fucking trouble. I'm just saying. That's what, it's not good. Not a good sign. What do you want, cat meat? This cat's staring at me like I stole its purse.
And then Monday we had Raiders and the Chiefs. Chiefs end up winning that one. Again, Raiders get the touchdown. All they have to do is kick the extra point, go to overtime. They go for 2 points, fail.
I love it. So Raider-esque.
Oh, it's so Raider-esque. It's so Josh McDaniel-esque.
And yes, and you know what though? I still, if you're gonna put your power rankings out, I know everybody's got the Bills at the top for the most part, but I still like KC, man. It's hard to.
Well, we'll find out this weekend because they're playing each other.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna find out. I still like
on
KC.
that.
I still like KC, but
yeah, I mean the Raiders' defense is terrible. With it, Carr is not playing bad on there. Jacobs had a great game with 154 yards rushing on there. Devontae Adams had 124 yards receiving, 2 touchdowns, and a misdemeanor arrest.
The assault
misdemeanor assault.
They're setting up for the financial payout that they're attempting to get. That's what that is.
Yeah.
That is, I make about $40,000 a year, $50,000 a year to freelance and do stuff, and you knock me over.
Because you're pissed. You pushed me, you threw me.
Right. So, you know what? I'm going to take advantage of this. Might even have messed up his camera or something.
Yeah.
His equipment. And
pay the equipment. Tell him you're sorry.
Well, he was immediately apologetic because I think he knew he did something.
Yeah, he knew he lost his... Because Devontae Adams is not normally... Right. You don't hear it. He knew he lost his cool. He was pissed. And
So he jumped on it and he apologized right away. But so... He might not have realized like what he would have done to that guy when he pushed him. I think he might have just thought he's going to push him out of his way kind of thing. And then when he blew him out of his pants, he was like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah.
And then said, "I'm sorry." And so like right away. And so I feel that's kind of the situation there. And then this guy's not making big money, so I imagine there'll be a lawsuit, a civil suit file. That's the setup. So why else would you go to the police station?
Yeah. Well, he got charged officially today for misdemeanor assault, which means you'll get a ticket, you'll get fined, and you'll probably have to pay the guy some money in a civil lawsuit and that. So basically, we're 5 games into the season. First week we got buys coming up this week on there. So right now is Josh Allen is leading the league in passing with 1,651 yards. Justin Herbert is second at 1,478. Tom Brady, the unaging one, 1,409. Being now he's getting divorced and that he's going to play till he's 70. Passer rating. Guess who is leading the league in passer rating?
Oh, I don't know.
Geno
Smith. Yeah.
113.2.
You did say accuracy, so
he's like accurate and pass rate. Rushing yards on there, we got, and then Mahomes is fourth in passer yards and second in passer rating on there. Allen is fourth in passer rating, first in yards. Rushing yards, Nick Chubb, who's having a great year, 593 yards rushing. Saquon Barkley, 533. Josh Jacobs, 490 on there. Justin Jefferson leading the league in receiving, 547. Then we got a lot of guys it's pretty close under. Cooper Kupp, 527. Tyreek Hill, 524. Daniel Carlson leading the league in scoring. Kicker for the for the Raiders.
We have two guys that can kick in the league. At this
Actually, is Tucker's not even in the top 5.
point. Yeah, I know, but
He gets the most clutch in the distance. in it.
He's so money.
Oh God, yes, he's money. Travis Kelce is, believe it or not, 3rd. He's in scoring and tight end with 44. Because he had 4 touchdowns on Monday night.
Dude, when he's healthy, he's on point, and they got the game plan together, dude. That guy is unstoppable, man.
Yes.
I mean, you can just do anything with him, and he's unstoppable. So it's like, yeah, I get it. Every once in a while, you're nicked up, or you get someone schemes really well against him or whatever. But for the most part, or he just has an off game. But for the most part, man, that dude,
Yeah.
you can't stop him, man. He's impressive. So, and I like the way he and Mahomes play off each other.
Yes.
And it gives Mahomes the opportunity to throw all those crazy passes. Like, I mean, we've seen them all. Like he'll throw them up underneath, he'll flip them, he'll underhand them, he'll sidearm them, he'll jump in the air horizontally and throw it. He'll square up his shoulders while he's horizontally like in the air and then throw it on a tightrope it's like, dude, this guy's a freak. And I think maybe that's why I'm a little bit enamored with KC, hopefully making a run this year, because just watching that cat play at that position, man, it's like having I don't want to say he's like, if the GOAT is Jordan and Brady, then he is Allen Iverson.
Mahomes?
Yeah, because he's like super exciting to watch, and if he was on a bad team, he'd still drag him to the finals.
Yeah. I would say Iverson, Kobe maybe.
Kobe, there's championships there, but he has that, to me, he has that something flash about his play that it's wild to watch. And so, yeah, Kobe would be another good one. So I just like that. So, yeah, and then, of course, obviously quarterback play is the huge thing. Just ask Ron Rivera as he backs the bus over his quarterback.
Right. Surprised he hasn't tried to get Cam Newton to come back.
Yeah, you're right. Well, I mean, quarterback's so bad. Cap's out there, man. I'm sure Kaepernick, he's still
that's great. I'm glad
Who else is out there? I don't know. They're all fucking in the same hospital, fucking hanging out together, playing cards with their legs up in casts and things like that. And
well, Tua supposedly he's back
in
at practice on there, but he's not playing. They already said he's not playing this week, so
I can't. But Tua's in one of those situations where, like, one more concussion could be the end of his career.
Yeah,
and so like there needs to be some serious evaluation. So all this conversation about him being in practice and we're just going to keep it moving. Like, you got to be careful, man. Concussions ain't no joke.
No, because each one is cumulative on there, and it gets worse and worse and worse. And he had 2 monster ones where he should have been pulled out of the games, period.
Right. I mean, it's a lot of cats. Some cats don't come back from what he just went through. Let's be real. Some cats don't come back from what he's been through already.
Yes.
So, in fact, that's gotten a lot of people out of that sport. They can't get cleared. So now you're going to have all kinds of different overreactions to that, as you can see.
Absolutely.
But because now you've got you can't whisper sweet nothings in your quarterback's ear. You can't even walk by and pat him on his butt because you're gonna get called for the personal foul there. So, I don't know. We'll break down some more NFL. We've got
college football coming up here.
Yeah, man. There's so much college football stuff to get into. Of course, your fantasy moment, Moose, and Pick'ems. We got a lot.
Yeah, we still got a lot here to cover. We'll get back here on the flip side. We're going to take a little break. We are dsr2 Studio 57 Radio.
You're listening to Studio 57 Radio, your home for underground hip-hop, rap,
So yeah, I got in an argument with some idiots on this.
Studio 57 Radio.